I think. Unless my shit's not
No, you're
working.
right.
Okay.
There you go. Not rigged.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah. Sorry, I've never done this before. I don't know. These are pretty small mistakes.
We can assure you that nothing was rigged during the intermission.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Alright, well, there's your conditions. So, managers, if you want to give me your subs, or if you just want to do lineup by ability, whatever. Any of the other crap, you can't change your formations. You can't change your sliders. You can change what preset you stay on, start on, whatever. Oh.
Interesting to see GSG playing the wonderful 9 players in your own half tactic.
Ah, yes. That is what they tend to do, isn't it?
Well, there is fluid formation, so I'm sure the fluid will change it. Maybe we should have a cheeky little look at the fluid for both teams, maybe. Give us a little bit of laughing to me, Matt.
Alright, well, here's GSG, or KSG.
Good God. Well, it's something.
Look at that.
Fluid formations.
GSG. Okay.
Now this is liquid football. Well, that's at least more sensible. Good enough idea. Sit deep, counter-attack with the wingers. Not sure what KSG's going for. The wooden spoon, I assume.
KSG manager, do you want me to confirm that these are the sliders? Because I can't change them. GSG starting on preset 1. Make their captain not the goalkeeper. Sub in never-ending tournament for, assume the purple. Yep. Okay, I can bump my mic volume. 100.
I assume that I'm probably louder than everybody like I have been in the past.
Maybe. I don't know. My mic is
That tends to happen. I've lowered myself. I've gone from 100 to 85 after realizing my mistakes on the last game where I was so loud it was kind of reducing the quality.
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
Spectacular.
It's not a game. Feels on wheels. Anything else, guys?
Well, I suppose rigging it. I can only assume both teams want a little bit of Iron Jesus on their side.
Yeah, in all this preparation, I've kind of forgotten the standings. Maybe you should talk about that while I'm waiting.
Yes, KSG got shit-fucked by Ink last time and GSG shit-fucked for GOG.
Ah, yes. How can I forget?
That's pretty much the group standings. KSG, if they lose, they are fucked. GSG, if they win, probably going through. Draw very heavily favors GSG, puts KSG in a pretty awful position going into the next game, especially based on the results of the next one, where they could need to win by like 6 goals to get over GSG in a 6-4-1-0 group, which would not be very pleasant.
Okay, I think
Chat says, how potato is the rig cam? I can't see a single name on it.
Really? Ugh. Okay, maybe I can up the resolution even more. Because now it's at 1080p. If it's still bad, then oh well, I guess.
Is that 1080 potatoes or 1080p as in the video quality? I'm pretty sure it's 1080 potatoes.
Oh well, I guess the rig cam's gonna be shit today. Because I have the full version of the thing, so I can.
Did you just change it? Because I think the screen reset for a second and it looks worse.
Oh. Well, let me restart it then, I guess.
Yes, restarting it might be a good idea.
Here, I'll leave it.
Fade to black. Oh, this is creepy static. Oh, we're back. And it's even... It's mirrored again! We've got backwards rig cam.
Minicam does that by default, I don't know why. Yes,
Well, welcome to GSG versus GSK.
I don't know why it does that. That's weird. Luckily, it has a flip horizontally function, so whatever.
For some reason, the rig cam is so fucked that on both teams, there's 3 or 4 players that look like they have 0 stamina on the bars before the game's even started. How does that even work?
I don't know. What if I increase the size of the window? I don't know if that
Mary Sue for KSG, according to the rig cam, starts the game with 0 stamina. I need to screenshot this for posterity.
Go for it. Part of D. Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable that cripples would start with not much stamina in the first place, but...
There. Okay. Anything else, GSG Manager? Okay.
The rig cam is still backwards, by the way. You haven't fixed it.
Really? I flipped it.
For a second, GSG was the Yawa team against the Eno team of KSG. Home and away. Lovely.
Is it?
It's fixed now. It's fixed now.
It's showing as reversed for me now. Fuck.
Well, it's showing as fine for me.
Well, whatever. God. Okay, stadium. Do either of you have a preference? Alternatively, does the commentator have a preference?
Well, I don't even know what stadiums we have. I assume there's a his stadium that would work for GSG.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't know where that is. The his stadium is just the TWG stadium with the his logo on it. That's literally it. Where the fuck are you? There it is. Yeah, it's even the same fucking stadium. Okay. KSG Manager wants the Untrodden Valley.
Oh.
With
interesting choice. Interesting choice.
the Mommy Ball. Alright. We're ready to kick off. Finally. When I was about 16, I jizzed on a pizza by mistake while masturbating in its direction. With my parents and siblings upstairs. I just masturbated in the kitchen, and then suddenly I had to come.
I told my parents I couldn't eat due to being full, but they ate my fucking pizza the next day, so my mother announced that she was pregnant. I've run out of time as well.
Alright. Just in a second.
Yes, the dive grass is occurring. Memes. Yes, well, a little, not much. It's done it like twice. I can't see names, but something's happening. Someone's... Well, they had an attack, but... Here comes the problem with having 9 players in your own half. They look a little bit outnumbered. But that doesn't matter if you can long ball. Oh! Oh! Go. It looked dangerous from the rig cam. I don't know about the stream. Oh, yeah, looking at it back. QD, you're muted. For the love of God.
I muted on stream, so you wouldn't hear my breathing during the...
Forget QD, welcome to the VG League. I'm your new host, Bet Richter. It's all Richter all the time. You could have prevented this. I'm the 6th host.
We'll have Sue tomorrow for 7.
How many hosts can we get? Let's just hit a different host every day for the rest of the stream.
KSG trying to go up the wing, but dispossessed. The borders, or to please by Steelers. And a Kojak. Juhan. Dispossessed. Chocolate. Manly Picnic. Over the dock. Master of Romance. Going to nowhere.
Yeah, this passing in the final third is downright pathetic for KSG. GSG just seems to be trying to spam long balls, and it's not really working.
No, but how often does long ball really work?
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to do long ball when all of your players are compact in your own half, and the actual striker you're trying to get it to is pretty much marked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, KSG...
Manly Picnic. Couldn't get it.
They are struggling to get past the iron wall of GSG.
Juhan. Please by Stellaris to Kojak.
This is where the fluid comes into play. The winger's getting advanced.
Mosley. Long ball to
Oh,
Wilhelm,
good through
but
ball.
the goalkeeper gets it. Do it for her.
Yeah, the striker's got to be better on his mark. You can't expect it a pinpoint pass to just perfectly land in front of him.
Wilhelm. Kojak. To Wilhelm. Juhan.
No one crossing. They're just deciding to go for short passes instead of crossing.
He's by Stellaris trying to get it back.
And there's the numbers advantage again.
Master of Romance going up the mid. Chocolate. Long ball up to Krapawa. He's going to
In a
get
terrible
it.
position. He's going to have to cross it.
Master of Romance. Chocolate.
He's
And
trying to pass
dispossessed.
his way in. He's trying to pass it in, but with 7 players in the box, you just can't try and pass like that.
Wilhelm doing some weird...
This is more what they need to be doing. It's
Mosley.
3 on... Well, it was 3 on 2. It's 3 on 5 now. They've got men back. Crosses it.
Oh, crosses it in. Header in. I believe that was Willie.
Es braust ein Ruf wie Donnerhall, wie Schwerte klirrt und Wogenwall. Zum Rhein, zum Rhein, zum Rhein, zum Rhein. Wer will der Sturm des Hüters sein? Die Vaterland magst ruhig sein, die Vaterland magst ruhig sein. Es steht und soll die Wacht am Rhein. Es steht und soll die Wacht am Rhein. Durchs 100.000 zog es schnell und aller Augen blitzen hell. Der deutsche Krieger kommt und stark, beschützt die heilige Landeswahl. Die Vaterland magst ruhig sein, die Vaterland magst ruhig sein.
Alright, 1-0 to GSG.
And it's just an attack launched off really a bad positioning error. The defender tries to tackle the ball away from Wilhelm, ends up going to the striker wide, and
Slightly rigged. There was calls for changes.
did you remember to unmute yourself this time?
There's concession timeout changes from KSG. Slightly rigged. Ugh. Okay, they want slider changes. So counter short, wide, flex, 7, medium, Front line, wide, aggressive. 5, 6, medium.
Well, it's an interesting tactic. The entire game, GSG's been playing it down the middle to Wilhelm, and they've had one attack out wide, and they're trying to contain them there now instead. And they're attacking wide as well, which makes a reasonable amount of sense when they don't have full-backs and it's a big space that they can maraud. But, well, with GSG able to get 8 or 9 players back in the box, it's going to be quite difficult to penetrate that, even out wide.
Up the wing, slowly going up the wing, up the dock. This is looking a little better. Certainly not as pressing. As for Romance,
Yeah, they've got more space to exploit, and they've got men in the middle as well.
big shot into a defender.
You can see here where GSG is struggling. They generally only have 2 or 3 passing options that they can go to, and if those get shut down by man-to-man marking, which they're doing, they really struggle to get attacks without playing it long.
Goes way back. Interesting.
Oh, and loses it.
Picks it up and into a defender's ankles.
It's just a lot of intercepting and tackling right now. Neither team able to find a break. But you don't need to find a break when you're 1-0 up. GSG more than happy to just sit deep and control and absorb the pressure.
KSG thrown in. It's not a game. Going up the wing. Pressed by Kojak. And he's keeping it in. Katawa. Wow.
Oh.
Good pass.
Terrible work from everybody involved. And you can see that after that lovely throw-in, whoever was taking it decided to run outside the pitch for a moment.
Kojak tries to pass and just decides to pick it back.
He's got a lot of space out wide, but no one to pass to. Well, it's the smart enough option. Kill off his momentum while he was still making his run. Problem is, now they've got this deep attack.
Wilhelm
Could have cost his team.
into a defender.
Oh, off the post.
And that's it for the first half. 1-0
Yeah,
for GSG.
slow and patient. Slow and patient. Not much going on, but then GSG just playing a good game of defensive counter-attacking football. KSG struggling to find a breakthrough. I'm not even sure they've had a single shot.
They had one.
One shot, and well, I can't really see, but it looks like they've had 20-something possession by the looks of the rig cam.
No, it's only 49-51.
Oh, well, the rig cam's just that bad. And I wouldn't have been surprised to have said that GSG had that much possession, but no, the rig cam's just bad. And, well, yeah, it's, as I said, KSG really struggling to find anything offensively. And the one shot they had was blocked anyway, no saves for the keeper.
GSG want to take a timeout at half just to change the support range to 3 from 2.
Yeah, it's, well, it's an interesting change, very minor.
Nothing from anyone else, so we continue.
I was looking to ever so slightly exploit the wings just a little bit more, but yeah. They're in a good enough position as it is. Just need to hold the lead and they'll be effectively through.
Tournament
You know,
with the Wilhelm. Who's
yeah,
gonna
maybe
get
ru-
dispossessed by Doc.
I have to check this, but I may be wrong about it.
She managed to pick it up, tried to go up to Master of Romance, but bad pass.
Oh yeah, if this keeps up, GSG still won't have conceded.
See how bad that was. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to affect them in the long run. I'm pretty sure that they weren't booked last game, but
I don't think so.
yeah, by the looks of the wiki, I don't see any bookings for KSG.
Master of Romance coming up. Up to Katawa, who tries to take a shot,
Oh, good
but
save.
no one there to get the rebound.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. Normally when you've got 3
Whoa.
strikers that far forward.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
Oh,
bad
no.
injury.
oh, it's a second tackle if he gets booked here.
That's a second yellow.
Oh, it's a
He's
second
out.
yellow. He's been sent off.
That is a
Oh,
red
it's the
from
first
2
red
yellows.
card of the tournament.
Oh,
Oh, just when it looked like it couldn't get much worse for KSG. They're down to 10. They're down a goal, and how are they going to recover from this one?
God, is that I forget, is that the first red card, technically, in PES 16?
Well, it's the first one in this tournament, at least.
Yeah. Okay, well, KSG, you get a timeout if you want it to do something. He is a 77.
Yeah, but it's in a terrible position. He's really one of the midfield anchors that's keeping the defence in this. And, well, now he's been sent off and they're going to have to do something drastic because they've only got a CMF and an AMF in midfield.
That's definitely not a position you want to be in.
I suppose one of the more sensible options would be dropping a medal back down there and just trying to play on the 4-3-2, but there's not really much you can do in this situation that's going to help you.
Wait.
Especially when you look at the bench. If you look at the bench, they haven't really got many options. They don't really have many centre-backs. They could move to a 3-4-3, or a 3-3-3 formation now that they've got a red card. They can't really play any DMFs to get more defensive, to absorb the pressure. They're going to have to do something pretty drastic pretty quickly.
Okay, there will be slider changes.
Understandable. And here's the problem. They're in this situation. They're down a man, but they still need to play for the win because if they lose, they're all but out. It would take a near miracle to save them. Even a draw would put them in a nearly unsalvageable position. They're going to have to find a way to win this game with 10 men, and it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds in the rest of the game.
Jeez. Now, do you want the SS pulled back on all? Or specifically any of your formations? Since you're on fluid?
Yeah, with the way fluid works, you kind of need to move them back on everything. I mean, at kickoff is kind of useless for changing formations when you've got fluid. You really need to be changing your in and out of possession if something bad happens.
Yeah.
And if you look at their fluid formations, when they're in possession, the player that's been sent off is the one right in the center of the midfield for them.
Yeah, jeez. Kind of a
That's
linchpin.
probably that. Honestly, when your formation is set up like that, that's probably even worse than losing one of your medals, because now they are at huge risk defensively.
Alright, you're gonna have to... I'm going to assume you want Master of Romance back, since he's the gold. But let me know if you want Manly Picnic instead.
This isn't really a scenario that a manager can prepare for. You don't come into the game with a game plan based on what players are going to be sent off. This is where improvisation comes in, and it's what separates the good managers from the bad managers and the lucky managers from the unlucky managers, but,
Okay.
well... Oh, right, that formation's illegal. The SSs are way too deep.
Oh yeah, they are. Check that out.
Congratulations. Not only, well...
Um...
You are now atoning for your sins. You play an illegal formation, you get somebody sent the fuck off.
Is this what you...
I do think you kind of have to put him into a legal position just for the sake of not cheating.
Alright, there you go. I'll even move up the player that isn't there anymore. Is that okay on your attack, where he's a CMF in the back? Still a pretty good CMF, it's a silver.
Yeah, he's going to be, well, with the out-of-position drops, he's going to be on par with a standard player.
Yeah.
Gets the job done. A little bit muted in attack, but...
Move MOR is the same height as the other two. Okay.
Well, it's a reasonably sensible option. They've got to get goals.
Alright.
They've got to get goals.
As for the defense, I'm going to do the same, I guess. Let me know if that's okay. Okay. And are you done? Go, 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 go. Alright.
Well, I think the only thing that might be done now is their chances of advancing, but let's see what happens.
Honest red. Didn't expect that today.
Yeah, it's not something you see every day. They haven't really got much time to... Well, they've got most of the second half to recover it, but... yeah, you can already see the man-to-man numbers disadvantage. Okay, there's GSG having a lot less problem getting forward. It's another good cross.
Get the header.
I suppose the interesting thing is that both of the yellow cards happened within the first 10 minutes of the second half.
That's true.
Would be interesting. Well, it's not going to happen, but imagine the absolute comedy gold if they got another man sent off.
Yeah, I don't. Has that ever happened?
Yes, it happened to VG, your own team, many, many years ago. It was a VG double red card that sent WG through to their very first final, and yeah, double red card started the rise of WG. So maybe we'll see the rise of GSG if KSG get another man sent off, but looks unlikely with how rare they are in PES 16 and the fact there's only 30 minutes left. Actually more like 25 plus injury time, and it's just all GSG now. KSG trying to get some pressure, but they're exposed on the break, and that's kind of where GSG's strength lies. So
Subs are at 70 for both teams.
subs at 70, fantastic.
KSG
Good
trying
passing.
to
Oh, he's
grapple
through.
us.
Good
Nobody there to
save.
get the rebound off the goalkeeper.
And there's the problem of having your other striker back in defense. No one there for the
Katawa.
rebound.
Ah, they can't get it. They tried, but the defense is just too compact.
It's the counter-attack again. Centre-back being drawn pretty deep, but can't get past his man.
Time for subs.
Here we go. Gonna have to do something to adapt. Oh, that GSG midfield is wasted.
Sure is. So, do you think KSG can maybe pull back if they get lucky, considering?
They might be able to get a tie, which puts their fate still out of their own hands, but it's still in a position where they can feasibly advance. Interestingly enough, after 70 minutes, none of their players in red fatigue.
None of theirs, yeah.
GSG's got the, well, the exhausted centre mid, but for KSG, they're alive, really. I suppose that's what happens when GSG just plays that quick counter-attacking game. KSG can just sort of slowly hold the ball, pass it around, not really play a very high-intensity game, and well,
Are you sure you want Albanian? It's a purple. I mean, it's
well, with
70
only
minutes
20
in, who
minutes left in
cares,
the
but
game.
I'm just making sure. Oh, KSG, I guess you're taking a timeout to change something again. Change your defensive line to 7. Okay. Interesting.
Gotta get aggressive. As we've been saying, they need the goal. They're in a bad position if they don't win this game. They're in an awful position if they lose it. They need at least a draw. 70 minutes is as good a time as any to panic. You can't really just wait and hope at this stage in the game. You need to start taking initiative, and that's what they're doing, pushing the defensive line up, surging everyone forward, seeing if they can get the goal that they need. Learning from their lesson last game of pushing everyone forward instead of just the defensive line.
Anything else, GSG?
I would like to remind you all that last game KSG was in the same position, trailing. They needed a goal, they pushed forward, got really aggressive, and then conceded 3. So, you know, they've got to be a little more conservative this time, especially given they have the man disadvantage after the red card. But, well, it's a more sensible panic than last time at least, and maybe it's one that's going to pay off for them.
Alright, no more subs from GSG, I guess.
So we enter the last 20 minutes of the game. Subs coming in next time. There's a break in play. KSG getting aggressive where they need a goal.
Oh, tackle.
Let's see what happens.
They pick it back up. KSG over to Krapola. Can't get the header. And GSG get it back.
You have to remember that a second goal from GSG would all but kill KSG at this point. They would be on like 0 points and a -5 goal difference or something going into the final game. They'd be more a contender for the wooden spoon than advancing at that point. And here's a fantastic ball on the left wing. No one in the middle to cross it to. He's making a run.
Jack over to Please by
Oh,
Stolaris.
good short
to
pass.
Wilhelm tries to sneak it in, but hits a defender.
Yeah, good interception. Good positioning.
Picnic.
It's the kind of clutch defending you need at this stage in the game.
Duck. Bad pass into a defender.
Oh, it's just another wasted attack, and they can't be doing that at this stage in the game.
We have another timeout from GSG at 80.
Oh,
Which
that's it's an interesting one.
yeah, 80
Well, they're going to take a timeout when they're in the ascendancy.
what do you want? Okay. Numbers and attack to few.
Yeah, that's a sensible decision. Really just absorb the pressure, don't let anybody find any spaces in their own half, and score a cheeky counter-attack to seal the game off, or just grind it out 1-0.
Is that it, GSG? Okay. Continue.
10 more minutes to find a break. We're running out of time.
I don't know if they can get past that wall of GSG's.
Yeah, and just look at how compact KSG are in the middle. It's giving GSG so much space out wide. Pretty much all of their good attacks have come out wide, just like this one has.
Takes a weak shot and the goalkeeper gets it.
Yeah, downright pathetic, really.
About 6 or 7 more minutes left, including stoppage.
Yeah,
Probably won't be any, really.
there shouldn't be much, not after a slow game like this.
And
Oh, it's good passing.
passing.
Into
Off
space,
the
off the post!
Kapow!
Second time of the game, and it's saved.
Saved. That was probably their best chance. I don't know if they're going
It's
to
the
get another.
second time this game they've hit the post, and they're going to be kicking themselves for it afterwards. And now we're on the cusp of injury time. How long are we going to get for KSG to save themselves? 1 minute, and GSG's on the attack. If they score from this, it's over. If they don't get the ball back immediately, it's over, and
They're
they
gonna go
do.
up now, if they want anything from this, you can't.
Gotta
No,
launch it.
ref
The
calls
ref
it.
blows it.
Sick of this shit. 1-0 to GSG.
And that's surely going to be the death knell for KSG. Anything in the next game that isn't one specific result is going to be eliminating them.
Stats we have. Well, since the Rick Campbell show up, kind of 44, 56 possession, 6-4, 7-4 for shots.
KSG eliminated unless FGOG win. So, everybody who's a KSG fan is now an FGOG fan.
The subs didn't come on. Will
Oh,
was your man of the match at
exactly.
7-0.
Well, the slow, patient game worked off for GSG. They managed to shut the game off so much that they didn't even have a single break in play over the course of 20 minutes. I suppose, really, it's a masterclass of defensive football from GSG this game. They didn't give up many clear chances. The only ones they gave up at the very end of the game when they were tired and exhausted. And look at that. It's a 6.0 for every single member of the KSG squad, except the one who got sent off.
Your one goal is Wilhelm for Mosley at 30 minutes. Also, slightly rigged again. He wanted a panic timeout at 89 and I missed it. Shit.
Well, it certainly wouldn't have made much difference given GSG was on the ball coming for the attack at that stage in the game.
And your double, your yellow and your red. 52 and then 56. Good job, Chocolate.
Oh, there's an incredibly angry person in the hitbox chat. All game he's just been shouting "shut up" to people.
That'll do it.
So now we're on to the next game. You'd expect something a little bit more exciting from Inc., the team that I don't think they've ever had a game with less than 4 goals in it. So